Hey everyone, welcome to Positive Podcast. I just wanted to chime in today and just kind of talk to you about an argument that I had online a while back between me and a person online who could not and would not agree that we should all do research when it comes to talking to someone about a serious topic that we are concerned about, such as a mental illness like an eating disorder or something like that. In particular, this person obviously was suffering from an eating disorder or had suffered from an eating disorder, and they felt that because they went through it, they do not have to learn anything about how to speak to someone else who's going through the same thing. Now, as far as explaining to someone the types of things that you went through and talking about the positives that you felt after seeking treatment and how things got better in your life are not anything that I'm ever talking against. I think that type of stuff is beautiful, and you should always let someone know that you went through the same thing and that there's always a better light at the end of the tunnel. There are some people who reach out to others online on a public forum and they will scream at them certain complications that you can suffer from an eating disorder. And while it's very good to educate a person on the type of complications that they can suffer from an eating disorder, it's like very complicated that when you're talking about such a sensitive topic, you do need to avoid certain things, such as talking about a person's appearance and pointing out specifics about their body where you may notice certain attributes that would imply this person is suffering from an eating disorder or has a very bad relationship with food. Basically, it was very hard to get them to see the reason. And in the end, this person blocked me because they just couldn't fathom that they should learn more when it comes to speaking about their concerns. An eating disorder professional that I've talked to and I've also read articles from, it's never said that if you've dealt with an eating disorder yourself that you are 100% and totally absolved from looking up guidelines and asking more questions on how to approach this subject when talking to someone else. In fact, eating disorder professionals have said that a person who also has an eating disorder can be some of the most overcritical and most harsh persons when it comes to bringing up this topic to other people who are dealing with the same thing. And that would lead me to believe that they would probably be the biggest group of persons who should do research and ask questions on how best to approach the topic and what type of phrases and words that they should avoid whenever they do. Look, guys, it really doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter if you sat in a treatment facility talking about your issues to an eating disorder professional, because at the end of the day, you were there as a patient and you were there looking for help and you were there making a very good decision for yourself. But it would never mean that you are ready and prepared to act as someone else's mentor or act as someone else's life coach. You don't get to go around and say whatever you want, however you want, just because you're going through the same thing or have been through the same thing. And I really hope that this makes sense to you because I really don't know how else to put it. I feel like this person in particular just felt attacked, and they had a lot of personal issues when it came to me that had nothing to do with the facts that you should, and by you, I mean everyone, should look up more information and ask more questions on how best to bring up this topic to someone that they care about. And that being said, please know that talking to someone who has an eating disorder about that specific topic will often, if not always, feel like dancing around the elephant in the room that's surrounded by landmines. I appreciate you listening to me today. I hope that I made a lot of sense. And if I didn't, I apologize. But in conclusion, I'll just sum it up for you. No matter what you've gone through, you still should look up guidelines on how to voice your concerns to someone who is battling an eating disorder or who you believe to be battling an eating disorder, because you can make things worse. And to me, and I might be wrong, that when you do care about someone, the last thing that you want to do is make stuff worse for them, right? Like you actually have this ideal that you want to help them, right? And can you explain to me how looking up information on how best to get your opinion about what's going on with them out there is it's bad to like read about how to do that? Like I would just like for someone to explain, why is it so wrong for someone to explain to you that some of the things you've said can actually hinder your I want to help them sentiments, and it can actually do the opposite of what you are trying to do. Because I just don't understand. I do know that people in general just don't like unsolicited information being given to them when they feel like they're right, and they might be a part of a community that's, gassing them up and giving them however many likes or however many comments on their remarks about a certain situation or about a certain someone, or whatever you want to say. But it's like, those people can like your opinion. Those people can think that you're right with whatever you're saying. And you absolutely have every right to feel that way, right? But when you're going to go out and actually talk to somebody, you need to learn how to actually do it in a way that doesn't totally suck, and do it in a way that doesn't make you seem like an a-hole. Because even though you had an eating disorder or you went to treatment, you didn't go to a class to learn anything on how to help anyone else. You didn't talk to a eating disorder professional and ask them 20 questions on how best to approach this topic if ever you were to talk to somebody else about this same thing that they were going through. You didn't do any of that. You were a patient. So it's just different. You know what I mean? Like no hate, no anything like that. Like it's just different, So I definitely think you should read more. And to that person who blocked me, I don't really care that you blocked me, but you're still not right. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still right. You still need to learn more. And just because you went through something doesn't mean that you don't have to do anything because I did this. Like, you didn't do anything, right? It's just different. So yeah, I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying. I think I made it pretty clear where I'm coming from. So I'll probably make another video at some point. Not sure when, but I really do appreciate you guys listening, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.